think, yeah, this is the real. Are we live? I think we're live.
Yeah, it looks like we are.
Oh my goodness. Let's say you want to check Jeff, but I next those are my questions. All right, guys. So hopefully you want to come in after everything that happened, but this is a part of the entrepreneur life. I have to get used to this layout. It's different, but I'll get used to it. You want to go out of the questions for a second and then just see what's going on and share this, Jeffrey?
Let me see if I can see it.
Yeah, let's see if you can see it. I'm not going to touch my phone. My phone is having difficulties charging, which is why, yeah, that's another thing.
Just let it be.
I'm just letting it be. But I do have Confianza right here that I did take.
I took 2 earlier. Oh, we are live.
We are live and we have 2 viewers. Say hello when you come in. I know. Thank you for journeying with us through this technical difficulties. It's okay. We don't have a title. I think I can do that. No, Jeff said don't touch nothing.
Yeah, just do it when you're done.
People don't need the title, just know it's alive and come in. If you're on here, go ahead and share this. And when you share this, just make your caption the entrepreneur life, and we're going to get jumped right in since we are off schedule a little bit. Hey, Rita, there you are. Okay, I can see the comments coming through. I think that this is a sign that it's going to be great because greatness always comes with some type of hindrance every time.
Yes,
every time, right? Why interfere with things that are not going to be great? I'm actually going to go ahead and jump in and get started. And so when I was thinking of doing this, I don't know, series, I'm going to call it a series. I was thinking about so many people hear about this business and about this opportunity, and they don't see themselves in it, or they don't know how to put their lives in it, and they can't really see the person actually behind the business. And when people think of network marketing, multi-level marketing, they think it's like a hobby type thing. They think it's just something that people do. There's products that people see that they love, but they can't connect with the idea. I'm looking for something else. Connect with the idea of what it does. But the reality is that multi-level marketing has an 80. And I got this tip. What am I trying to say? This statistic today that multi-level marketing, a home-based business, is 80% more likely to be successful than a small business. The reality is that a multi-level marketing business gives you the opportunity to take a very low-cost, small investment and literally create a financial legacy. And then if you do decide to go into traditional business, you now have a way where a reliable source of income can be built. So I just want to give you all a picture into Carietha's life as an entrepreneur, also multi-level marketing, specifically It Works Global, and how this can fit into your life. And even if you have other dreams and other goals, and how this is real. You know, it's not perfect, but it's just better. And it's an easy way for each of us to find a way to really, truly build financial legacies. That way the 1% can eventually at least turn into like 2%. So we're going to jump right in, and I will look down. I know you guys aren't used to me preparing for lives, but I do have some questions for Carietha, and I am excited. So at first, we have Carietha here, and I just want you to introduce yourself. Just tell me a little bit about yourself and your background.
All right, cool. So, Carietha Taylor, that's my Facebook say. I got an echo. Let's see. Maybe turn this down. I was born and raised in Detroit, Michigan. So I am from Detroit. I now live in the South Texas area, San Antonio area. I graduated from Prairie View A&M with a degree in chemical engineering in 2006, actually. So I am coming up on 11 years with my corporate company. I have a husband and a puppy baby, no children yet. So that's the gist of my life, minus the part that we're going to talk more about.
All right, perfect. So I think I'm going to start off with, well, let me first say this. We both are business partners, and we are a part of the same business, and I will get the opportunity to share more about our business as the call progresses. But my first question is, what are some of your goals, and how does your business play a part in you reaching those goals?
Yeah, so my life goals are, I guess, simple and complicated, right? Simple to say, more complicated to achieve. And it's really just to live the purpose that God has for me, and not just to actually live the purpose that he has for me, to be prepared at the right time in the right place to do what he has for me to do. That's truly my heart's desire. So it's easy to say. It does take a lot that I don't even understand totally to be in that place. So that includes giving back, or whatever he would have for me to do in ministry and just in life as I encounter people.
Love that. Okay. So this one's really, really big for me. And so we know that, of course, you say you've been with your corporate job for 11 years, which amazing, right? Some people can't keep a job for 11 months. So that is amazing. So you're a chemical engineer, you're a quality manager for a leading corporate business, and you have an established career. That is obvious. So why do you think it's important for a person with an established career to have income outside of their corporate job or outside of the corporate setting?
Mm-hmm. I don't know that I fully understood this when I joined It Works, but I definitely do now. It's really about dreams and possibilities and security. So the reality when you work in corporate America is that all of their decisions are made based off of financials. And so you could be doing a fantastic job, be a high performer, and find yourself without a job. When I started to evaluate that reality, I didn't like it. But beyond that, I think sometimes in our corporate jobs, we get to a level of complacency, or at least I'll say that I did, where this is comfortable. And I don't mean complacency as in not excelling in my corporate job, but I get comfortable with this idea that I work for a company and I show up every day, and then in return, they give me a paycheck. What I started to evaluate is that comfort had a lot of risk in it. So part of being an entrepreneur, where you are creating your own paycheck, where you have the ability to impact your income yourself by what you do, by your work ethic, it gives you a different level of security, because you know that you can control the ups and the downs, or you can work through them.
That's awesome. This is not one of our planned questions, but do you find it a blessing to say if for any person, if something happened, of course, with these corporate jobs, like you said, all decisions are made through finances. Do you feel like it's a little bit comforting knowing that you have something, if something was to happen, God forbid, that you could focus on and build and not have to feel so attached to their decisions? So do you find comfort in being able to say, you know what, because I had the courage to start a home-based business, your decisions that you may, even if you make a decision that does not consider my life, I have something to fall back on? What feeling does that give you to have that?
Yeah, it's almost indescribable. But if you've watched, I got to watch over the last 4 or 5 years a lot of downturn, and so many people their life was shattered. Right. So today you went into work thinking that everything would be fine. And somewhere within that day, your whole life got turned upside down. So knowing that if that were to happen to me, that I absolutely can replace my full-time income with my part-time gig it's amazing. And if I weren't already doing the business, I probably wouldn't even believe you if you told me that. If that was you talking to me and be like, yeah, whatever. That's not going to happen. But there's so much comfort in knowing that I have the ability to do that.
Awesome. So a lot of people, and I find this a lot of people hesitate in starting a business with It Works because it's not their dream or their passion. How is your business, even though you didn't wake up one day and your dream wasn't to be this rap girl who shared product on social media, and this wasn't your dream, but how has your business actually started to push you towards your dream and not away?
Yeah, so that's a really good question, because I absolutely would have never said that I do multi-level marketing. I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't be a rap girl. Didn't really actually know what it was until shortly before I joined the business. But I'd say 2 things. One, I found so much passion in it that I didn't even know that I had. I know that I love people and that I am a giver and I like to take care of people. But I didn't realize how much I could get out of this, right? So it's from a person who's struggling with their health, with weight or, medical conditions, where we have the opportunity to help them with products and to encourage them and really do life with them, to business partners who want to or need to stay home with their children or have an extra income so that they can supplement some things in their household or medical bills, whatever it is. The opportunity to really get to help people like that on a daily basis is amazing, because in my corporate job, although I get to help people, it's a different level, and it's a different level of need where you really get to reach out and help people and just do life with them. So it's opened up a passion in a way that I didn't recognize before. But then in addition to that, so I talked about giving, I talked about, living in purpose and the purpose that God has for me. Well, a lot of times our income doesn't match necessarily our heart and what we want to do. So, there's sometimes they have to meet up. And that was the very prayer that I was praying. So this business is pushing me toward my dream of being a philanthropist. Like, I love to volunteer. I'm always trying to get out in the community and do things. I would love to give, a ton of money to community events, right? So I was at a food bank event earlier this year, and I just sat there. A guy walked up and was like, I'm going to give $100,000 if all of you, the entire room, if you match it, like built up together. Just like that, because he felt passionately about the cause. That's going to be me. It's not even I want it to be me. That's going to be me. And so while being a philanthropist is something, it's like, oh, that's a flowery word that actually I started to think of as a very young person. It was like a pipe dream. I forgot about it, but now it's real. And so many of those things that I dreamed about, talked about, thought about as a child that we kind of put away as childish dreams and don't think about anymore are now real. They're not childish dreams. It's what I'm going to achieve, because that purpose, that thought, that dream as a child was God putting purpose, placing purpose, planting seeds of purpose. So I'm really excited that it works as one is just open that back up for me. Because I can't say that it would have been had it not been for It Works in the journey that I've been on for these last 2 years. So I'm really excited about that. I mean, I don't even know if you can say just pushing me to my dreams and my passions. It's funding them. It is supporting them. It's being the foundation of those dreams and passions.
I love that. I really love how you talked about the pipe dream. It's so funny that even not funny, but in our day jobs, in our career, we learn to abundantly survive, right? And that's the best way I can put it, because you could even have a really great job and you're able to abundantly survive. And what I mean by that is you can have a nice car, you can have a nice house, your kids go to private school, you go on vacation. But those things that you dreamed about as a kid, as life started to happen, you started to push those things down and say, you know what? Hey, this is fine. But to be able to say, you know what? I don't want to be a philanthropist. I'm going to be a philanthropist, and I know exactly how I'm going to do it. That's amazing. So, of course, the products that you share are a lifestyle product and are so relevant. Does the idea that the products are relevant and a lifestyle product, does it make it easier to say that it's more sharing versus selling?
Absolutely. So I laugh and will often tell people, like, if I'm partying, like, I'm not making this up. I'm not saying every product is great because I'm trying to get you to buy the product. I literally can show you a picture of all of the products that are in my house, not because I sell products for my house, because I use them. So all day long today, I had chocolate greens and berry greens and Confianza and a cleanse. So being a product of the product, having natural plant-based products so I know how they work with my body. I'm not concerned about chemicals. I can read the labels. All of those things make it so much easier to talk to people, because it's what I do naturally. When I encounter something that I love, right? So whether it's the caramel brulee latte from Starbucks that has a hold on my life from November to December, or, a sale or a new shirt or, anything that I've decided that I really like, I'm telling people about it. via Facebook, text messages, messenger, face-to-face, whatever it is, that's what I do. Like, I want other people to know that I found something good. And that's what I do with our products. I am just constantly sharing because I'm always amazed. So even in 2 years, one, I haven't used all of the products in 2 years. And two, the products are, the results are jaw-dropping. It's like that never ends. It's always happening. And then just hearing from people who are sharing their testimonies about how the products are changing their lives makes it, gives you even more enthusiasm to share with people so that they can have those same life-changing results.
Awesome. One thing when I was, looking over some things about the future in network marketing and why it's so important, of course, retail sales are beginning to rise, but the person actually going into the store is beginning to decrease, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm a person who comes from a background of retail, but also more companies want to juggle the idea of network marketing because it adds a personal touch to it, right? Whereas if I have a supplement or a lipstick or whatever it is that I love, instead of me having to connect with a computer or a 1-800 number, there's actually a physical person that I can talk to about this product. So I love the level of personal touch that being a part of a multi-level marketing business gives to the product. And so that's one of my favorite things. It's like, of course, we do the same things that other people do, and everybody out there to some degree, you do exactly what we do. Like Carietha said, when you get a lipstick that you love, I'm sure there's other people who talk about these holiday Starbucks drinks, and so many other things. And so our life is one big, huge endorsement. We're all always endorsing some product, whether intentional or unintentionally, we're always endorsing a product. But the smart ones say, how can I build a legacy? If I'm going to use a product, let me figure out a way I can actually endorse it and become financially free with it. Okay, so you are a wife, you're a dog mom, which total cute dog, which is like a baby. I had the pleasure of going to visit Carietha and her husband, and it is like a baby. So you're a wife, you're a dog mom, you're a quality manager, you're a very active volunteer, you travel a lot. How are you actually juggling all of these things and able to hold up your part-time business?
Yeah, so, some days obviously are a little more challenging than others, but I would say one, obviously, passion drives me and why it's important to me. Why is it important to me to reach my goals in this business? And it's not just, a number. It's a difference made in so many other people's lives, and recognizing that, and also understanding that my purpose is tied to my business. So really it's using life, right? So we talked about being a shares person. So I use life wherever I go. So if it's gear or a lanyard or a bracelet, whatever it is, I'm representing my business. So I have the opportunity to talk to people about it, whether it's, oh, do you have wraps? Because they noticed my shirt. Or if it's me talking to them like, hey, just catching up with somebody in line, and I share a coupon with them. Because it's my business, because I can do that. So it's taking those opportunities where you're interacting with people anyway and making the most of them. But then, also just being genuine in those interactions as well. So while I'm at work, during my work day, I'm at work, and a lot of times it will spill over. So having a schedule, being on task, knowing what I'm going to accomplish today before I close my eyes is very important to maintaining that. And just a lot of it is just doing life with my business. So if you owned a corner store, you'd be talking to everybody about coming into your store. Right? Like, oh, you went to Walmart? Why didn't you come to my store? So, that is, and it's not, being overwhelming where everybody, every conversation I have to talk about it works, but people know who I am and what I do. And that's what's important, that I'm here and available when they're ready to either jump into the business or to try a product. So really just keeping a schedule and letting my why fuel me.
I love that, the why part. I mean, I love that. I think one thing for people is understanding, stop letting your time be a factor when the goal is there. The thing you want to accomplish is there. And the reality is that we can't tell our dream or our goal or that bill or that debt, I didn't have time. And I think when we get to that place of there's actually more, you know, you always hear that quote, we all have the same 24 hours as Beyonce. I'm sure at some point in time, everybody has heard that, seen that meme. We all have that same 24 hours, but it's just like waking up and making the decision that I'm going to do something and go towards something that can actually push me forward to my dreams versus, you know, like, oh, Empire's on tonight. Don't talk to me for an hour. And it's like, oh, that hour can be used to build a business and you could just, you know, TiVo that, whatever people do now, or watch it on Hulu. So I love that why piece of it. It's really not about how much time you have. It's just about this is a priority and it's pushing me, you know, closer to my dreams.
Mm-hmm.
So here, okay. So it's New Year. A lot of people, you know, New Year's, new goals, you know, the whole, everybody's about to have the hashtag 2018 is my year, right? So I would probably think that 99% of the people on our timeline are working to eliminate some type of debt. I would put money on that. Do you think having a home-based business part-time in addition to your full-time income is a reliable way to begin to eliminate debt?
Absolutely. You know, one of the best things about this business is that we literally can work it from anywhere. So this right here, my cell phone, and occasionally my iPad is how I build that extra income that's going to allow me to eliminate debt and all of the things that are on my dream board and on my list. That simplicity is powerful because most of us it's not feasible to, okay, I'm going to go to a second job for 4 hours after I get off of my first job. Meanwhile, you can come home while the kids are doing homework and you're helping them. You can, you know, send out a few messages, maybe take a phone call, you know, while you're on doing dinner. You can be, you know, just doing some text messages, doing some things on your phone, because most of the time it is not far away from where you are. So, since you have it in your hand anyway, since you're probably scrolling Facebook or Instagram while your kids are doing homework, or whenever those downtimes are, you may as well use that opportunity to make some money. But that flexibility matters because now you don't have to take away from your life, from the things that you do on a regular basis or on a daily basis, but you're adding this into your life. So the fact that I get to do that and my work ethic determines my paycheck, that determines how fast I get to pay off my debt. So nobody's putting a price tag on my hours except for me.
I love that.
So that's huge in getting rid of debt. So you set a goal and you go work toward that goal. It's really the theory of assets versus liabilities. Joining this business is at just about zero risk. As close as you're going to get when you're starting a business. So you're automatically going into assets and not liabilities. And so if you're going to get out of debt, if you're going to live a life of freedom, you've got to build your assets. And if you're going to take on any other liabilities, you need to build your assets to cover those before you take it on. So just thinking about basically the law of assets and liabilities. What are you going to do? Are you going to continue to take on liabilities and never increase your assets? And not okay, my job decided what % raise I'm going to get this year, because chances are you've already got that spent because you're waiting.
Right.
Right. So it truly is extra. My uncle used to say all the time, they don't make extra. I found it.
I love how you said that. When you come into this business, you almost automatically go straight into assets. That is tweetable. That is like crazy. So your investment into your business was $99, right? Right. So 99, of course I knew that, but her investment to her business was $99. And I've never heard it put that way, but that is an amazing way to put it. Like you automatically go into assets with your business. Which if you know anything about business, in a traditional business, it can take 5 years to even just break even. Mm-hmm. We're not talking about a profit. We're talking about breaking even. But with starting this business, your risk and your investment is so low of $99, you immediately have the materials to go straight into assets. Actually, when you get your kit, you're straight into assets. So That is awesome. I've never heard it put that way, but you're straight into assets. That's awesome. So 2018. This is the question we all want to know. And I know in normal scenarios, this will be a rude question, but I'm asking it. What is your expected monthly income in your business in 2018?
Yeah, so this is probably the question I was hesitant about, right? The whole, not because I don't want to share, but because sometimes it's like, how big does the goal really get? Right. So I am a diamond executive right now. And so I'm going to cheat and give two numbers because I don't know. I need to pray about my commitment.
We'll take it. That's because God, you know what? This business will have God putting some crazy things on your head and you can't believe that you're uttering them.
Yes.
Like what? Really? But give us the number.
All right. So my totally doable goal for 2018 is to make almost $5,000 a month.
Okay.
From my side business.
That's awesome.
Crazy. And if God says the same and we really stretch out, then it'll be almost $9,000 a month.
That is awesome. On your side business.
On my side business.
That you work from your iPhone.
Yes.
With a few occasional mix-ups and lives.
Yeah. Come on, like my fourth computer.
That is crazy. Not to mention all of the things in your home now that are considered tax write-offs that once weren't.
Mm-hmm.
Like that iPhone.
Yes.
Once upon a time, you guys just, bought iPhones. Now you buy iPhones and they have a return on the investment. So that's awesome. Mm-hmm. So $5,000 a month and your stretch goal is $8,000. Mm-hmm. That's crazy. That's amazing. So some people may be on this live and are not fully connected to what it is that we do, but Carietha and I are actually business partners, and we both have small businesses with It Works Global, which is a health and wellness business with over 40 products that, health, weight loss, essential oils, energy drinks, coffee, skincare, with our most popular product, which is exclusive to us, which is the most important thing to think about when choosing a multi-level marketing business, is what sets you apart from all of the other businesses. And what sets us apart, not only are we debt free, let me just add that in there, but our ultimate body applicator can only be received through an It Works distributor, which is a cream infused cloth that tightens, tones, and firms in as little as 45 minutes. It's amazing. The only other product that works as well is like the magic eraser that cleans out your showers. But it really is a magical product. And so as entrepreneurs with It Works, we have the opportunity not only to use the product as a discounted price, but we just share these products. We share our love for them. And we share the opportunity for others to start working towards financial freedom, like Carietha and I are. And then that's how we build this financial legacy. So you hear, just to kind of sum up Carietha, it's just amazing to see someone who was established in a career that she loves, in an area that she loves. I hear chemical engineering and I just get a headache. I don't even know where to start. But it's something that she loves, but she also saw the value in saying, if I truly want to build a legacy, if I truly want to take my dependency away from my job, you know what I mean? If I truly want to do that, let me find a way where I can have low cost investment in my finances and in my time and have a way to build that legacy. So it's amazing to see, because of that, she will be a philanthropist. So all of you guys out there with your nonprofits probably better write her name down, because eventually she'll be looking for somewhere to land her money. And so it really is awesome. So if you are a person who you do have a professional career, you love what you do, never think that starting a multi-level marketing business or starting at work is something that is there to pull you away from your passion. It's not there to pull you away from your passion. The more you can get to the place where you don't have to depend on your funds for your job, the more it can truly become a passion. A lot of people, their passion for their day job goes away, like teachers or government officials and things of that nature. The passion for what they do starts to go away. You know why? Because eventually they have to do it for the money, and the money isn't enough. So just think, if your passion, you can do it truly because it was your passion and you're able to build a financial legacy somewhere else. And so, Carietha, just share with me to end out, just give a word to people who may be on the fence or may have been approached, or like yourself, they have a job and they have a career and they can't see themselves in something like this. They're worried about what people will say and they feel like they got it all together, but the reality is they still have debt and they still have some things on their bucket list that they're not able to achieve because of the lack of time and finances. What are some words that you would like to give?
Yeah, so I'll share. When I started this business, the number one question in my head was, what are people going to think? Right? Because I'm successful and now I'm starting this business. What are people going to think? And I had to get over that, right? I had to move past it. And it wasn't an overnight thing. I had to build to it with the support of my business partners and just understanding what I had at my fingertips. And that's what shifted it for me. I understood what the possibilities were. We don't want to go to our graves with dreams and possibilities going there with us. We want to live out all of those things because it's not just about you. It's about the other people that you get to impact when you achieve those, when you live out those dreams and possibilities and purpose. So you may have a lot of reasons why you don't think this is for you, a lot of reasons why you don't want to do it and why you shouldn't do it and everything else, right? But what if it works? What if it works? What if you join this business and you go from not having extra to having extra, to vacations or having enough money to do the things that your kids ask for? Or as Mark says, right? So paying off your own debt, that's great. But paying off your parents' debt, that's legendary.
Yeah.
I mean, like when you look at your mom or your father or even an aunt, uncle, or grandparents, or maybe it's a college fund for your children. Like when you look at them and you think about this business and the fact that it can fund the things that you deeply desire, but don't have a way to do it right now. So you're asking, what if I fall? And I'm just simply saying, what if you fly? What if you fly?
That, I mean, there it is. There it is. Well, I really want to thank everybody who still came out and came to listen in. I know we had some technical difficulties, but it was 100% worth it. And this was going to work out because there are so many people who need to hear this. And I just think it's so important as we end this year and as we go into 2018 that people understand that it is possible. Yes. It is possible to do things outside of the norm. It is possible to become a part of that small percentage of people who have built wealth. It is possible to leave your kids with assets instead of liabilities. It is possible to do all of those things. It's possible to go and pay cash for a car. It's possible to do all of those things, but what's important is saying, what am I going to do to make that possibility actually possible for me? Mm-hmm. Right. So this opportunity has been made possible to us because we were willing to step into a different realm of life that we didn't know we were going to step into. And because of that, our dreams have increased and our dreams have gone to, how am I going to make it happen, to I'm making them happen every single day, step by step, and making it happen. So thanks again, Carietha. Again, sorry for my technical difficulties. That's my part in entrepreneurship that I am working on. But what I love about entrepreneurship is my boss cannot call me and say, listen, you need to get that together, right? I'll have to evaluate myself and get better from it. But it ain't nobody who can come barking up my tree talking about your live was late, you didn't have it together. There's no one. And that is even more than the money. That's what it is for me, is being able to say, I'm going to wake up when I want to wake up. I'm going to go to sleep when I want to go to sleep. My live going to start when I want to start. And I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about. So if you have any questions, please drop them below. And if anything kind of just rung your mind a little bit, or if you simply just have a dream that your lack of time or your lack of finances have kept you from achieving, that's a sign that it's time for you to step into something new. And like Carietha said, not what if it doesn't work, like what if I actually fly? But either way, when you start this business, you're automatically gaining a new asset. I love that. So, all right. Well, thanks for coming in. We will have another person that we will be featuring tomorrow, which I will not have these technical difficulties. It's Aisha. She is completely different. She's a journalist. a visual artist. She's single, she's introverted, so it's a completely different story, but another entrepreneur. So thanks again, Carietha, for coming on. I'm excited to see you make that 8K a month in 2018. All right, have a good night.
Good night.
Maybe. Hold on, Dr. Am I still live? Okay.